What's up, guys? It's the Sound Alchemist here with
Gersh1,
and we're back at it again, answering your questions in another installment of For the Greater.
And the warp is kind of bright, so there's going to be a nice little bright drop on our background. Again, guys, this is a question and answer video where you guys ask the questions down in the comments below and we answer them next week. So this question that we're going to pick off is a question left by a very awesome subscriber named Aaron Herbert. He put question in front of his question, which is what you should do if you want your question answered for next week. His question is, why don't Space Marines use chainsaw bayonets? That's pretty clever. Pretty cool.
They do chainsaw everything else, so why not bayonets?
Well, first of all, they don't use bayonets, period. They do have tactical knives. I don't have a knife. That'd be cool if I pulled out a knife. So if they're gonna go into close combat, they need the reliability of the size of the chainsword, because you just got to think about like trimming bushes. When you trim bushes, your trimmer is long, right? When you're cutting a piece of what do you call it?
Wood.
Yeah, wood. You use a chainsaw. A chainsaw. But the chainsaw has to be long because you're making like the long thing. It's like a serrated knife.
There you go. Yeah.
It works best when it's long. Have you ever gone to the bakery, bought a bolillo? Bought
a roll
of bread, and then you're trying to cut it with like a regular knife, not a serrated knife, and then the bread just ends up like bending and like getting all mushy and gross. Whereas if you were to have a serrated knife, it just, but it works best if it's long, because if you have the short serrated knives, because most knives have serrated edges on the very tip, that's not enough to get that good clean cut. So the reason that Space Marines don't use chainsword bayonets,
right,
is because it doesn't really work well for what the purpose of what a chain anything would do, chainsword or serrated anything would do.
Right. So to put it simply, it needs to be long and don't use just the tip.
There you go. Thank you for that question. If you guys have any questions, comment down below. But now what we're going to do is we're going to move on to the portion of the video where we answer more questions left by you guys about Warhammer 40K. Starting with...
Bible Man. This guy goes to say, will there ever be enough DACA? Gersh, I think this is meant for you.
There will never be enough DACA. Not even if Armageddon, wherever the hell Godschool Thraka is now, and 15 other sectors go into battle, we would not have enough DACA. And just for you guys that don't know, I still have not watched the Alpha Bruva series where this question comes from, so I can't answer that. I'm sorry, guys. Next question comes from Joshua Rios. Where are you guys going? When are you guys going to do another Carcharodon lore videos? I thought the Carcharodon videos were done. I have to revisit that.
Yeah, because it's the Space Sharks.
Oh, never mind. Look, my to-do says Carcharodon Part 2. Okay, yeah, I'll get to it.
And I still got to do the main characters for it, so there's more coming.
Yep.
This one's by Fade Sevar. Besides the Chaos Gods, how many other gods exist in Warhammer 40K?
There's quite a lot.
Yeah. So you've got Questionable, the Emperor, you've got Gork and Mork, you got the Elder Gods, Cain, Isha,
and the Laughing God.
The Laughing God, Kegara. And now you have the birth of a new god, Yanid.
You need to know who Yanid is, man.
That's right.
So check out our 40... Oh, we don't have a 40K.
It's coming up. It's coming up, though. And then you also have... Well, I don't know if they count, but like the Catan, because they were also like...
The shards, yep.
Yeah, gods. So
really, there's like 3, right?
Well, you got the Void Dragon, the Nightbringer, the Deceiver, and then there's like a few other ones in the lore, but they're not as like main. Yeah, because you got like the Burning one, the Devourer, so...
The one that's stuck in that Tesla? No,
Tesseract Vault.
Tesseract Vault, yeah. And then... That's pretty much it.
I'm trying to think. Yeah, I think that's it.
And of course you have all the Chaos Gods.
Mm-hmm.
Next question comes from Ride Elgor. Do you think that the Grey Knights will be the last hope for the Imperium if Chaos eventually prevails? And if so, when do you think this will happen? Well, we're coming very close just because of the fact that along with Robo Gilliman and what's his name? Cyphers. And then we have an Inquisitor.
No, it's actually a Grey Knight.
Oh, Grey Knight.
I think it's like the captain or like lord of like the third company of the Grey Knights or something.
Third Brotherhood.
Yeah, Third Brotherhood. Excuse me.
It's your army.
Yeah, I know. I play him when I'm not even excited about this guy at all.
Khaldor Drago is what, the 8th?
I think so. Well, he was a supreme like.
Oh, he's the head
honcho.
honcho.
The head honcho.
But okay, yeah. So I think that the Grey Knights are going to play a big role in whatever's going to happen next. And by the way, just if you don't know, it's been leaked that the next Primarch to come into battle is Robo Gilliman. Mm-hmm. If you want to check out his image or what he's going to look like as a miniature, it's probably on our Facebook page.
Oh yeah, I got like 7 posts about it.
So click on the link below to our Facebook page. Like us or follow us, whatever it is on Facebook. And if not, if you're more like an Instagram person, check out One Mind Syndicate on Instagram. We have the pictures there too. Mm-hmm. Now, what do you think of the model?
I love it. I hated Robo Gilliman for a long time. I didn't like his lore. I didn't like the Ultramarines. But as soon as this model dropped, I was in love. I'm for sure gonna buy it and convert it to my Celestial Sons. Like I think it'll look great in like white and red. So. I love the model, love the Burning Sword, which has been confirmed to be the Emperor's sword.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Right now I don't like the model, but like with most new GW things, at first I don't like it, and then after a while it grows on me. But I don't like how lanky he looks. Yeah. He looks like
he's like
extended. Yeah.
I mean, he is a Primarch, and they're supposed to be bigger, so maybe they're like messing with the
proportions.
Sizes.
Yeah. I just wish he was like bulkier, because the Forge World Primarchs,
that guy,
I love all of them. Yeah, I like all of them. But yeah, this one is just like he looks too toyish, I guess.
Yeah, I agree with that. But I like the way the armor looks. So.
And again, jump over to Facebook so you can check out what we're talking about if you haven't done so already.
Mm-hmm.
Next question.
This one's by Gad Yarviv. Can orcs loot and repurpose the hovering Eldar, Dark Eldar, Necron, and Tau vehicles? Or do orc vehicles have to touch the ground, wheels, tracks, etc.?
If orcs believe they can convert anything, they will convert it. Mm-hmm. Even if it's a Tyranid bio form.
That's right. But yeah, orcs do have hovering technology, because they do have mines that are like anti-grav, and whenever you pass underneath, they drop and they explode. We talked about it in part 3 of the orc vehicles, so if you want to know a little bit more about it, head on over there.
Yep, check that out.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, they can repurpose anything and everything.
Integration Training and Embodied Facilitator course.
That is an awesome name.
Serious one. This is a question. Do you guys want some advice on making this your full-time job? I smell I'm gonna need your credit card number at the end of the sentence.
Where's the pyramid scheme at, guys?
I help people with stuff like this for a living, but I am a fan, so I'll help you out for free. Don't waste your talents doing jobs you hate. Thank you. We'll keep that in mind. Next question.
Peasant Squad. Hey. Who started the Grey Knights? And if they are all psychers, aren't they just Professor X's X-Men in space? Malkador the Sigillite started them. Who's basically given an order.
Whoa. Malkador the hero.
There you go. Sorry. I almost like... As soon as you said whoa, my heart dropped. Because I can't, like... He is a hero.
He's a hero. He died for us. Mm-hmm. He died for our sins.
He did. But yeah, Malkador got the okay from the Emperor, so he started making this secret organization called Grey Knights. And the way they recruit guys is they go to like, I guess, chapters, or they find strong psychers and they basically suck them in and do the Men in Black thing where they erase everybody else's memory, so they still remain secret. The only 2 chapters that I think know about them are the Space Wolves and, of course, the Inquisition.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy if you think about it that they have to choose a battle brother from another chapter that isn't all that high up. Because can you imagine, they think, oh, Lysander is a good choice to become a Grey Knight. We have to erase the entire chapter's memory, everything on Terra that pertains to him. Mm-hmm. So I think that's pretty cool.
I mean, they got the resources to do it, but yeah. So I guess in a way it kind of is like X-Men in space.
Pisar Molosini.
God bless you.
Guys, what's up with those pleasure planets? ? You mentioned them several times. In Dark and Secret Universe of 40K. Yeah, in Dark and Scary Universe of 40K, what does it look like and who's going there? By the way, thanks for your videos. I'm so hyped for 40K and you keep it up. Good. We're glad we can keep up your enthusiasm for Warhammer 40K. The pleasure planets are basically planets where it's like Earth minus the economic, industrial, military organization of it all.
Yeah, think of like a vacation world.
Yeah, it's like Cancun.
Yeah.
Or
the Wisconsin Dells.
Yeah, but with less cheese.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like that. So those are pleasure worlds, and they vary, of course, because they're all alien planets. So like you might go into one of the alien worlds, and instead of trees, there's giant mushrooms. But the whole point is that it's a relaxation planet for people coming, into it, and for people who live there, they're really places where you grow with your arts. So whether that's like music drawing, painting, all that kind of stuff, yeah. And of course, there's a lot of stories or myths of Slaanesh cults like coming up from those planets,
which would make sense.
Mm-hmm.
This next one is Just So I Can Fing. Is the Imperium ever going to create something like a Stargate or a Jump Gate? Just fly a ship out somewhere with a ring, set it up, and open a connection of jump gates in the near future as an alternative to relying exclusively on the Astronomicon and traveling through the warp. So basically something like Stargate is what you're saying.
But that doesn't really work, because I mean, I'm not too sure about Stargates or anything like that, but I think they're like wormholes, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And
in the Warhammer 40K universe, wormholes are replaced by the warp.
That's right.
So like, where like in reality, in physics, what you're doing is you're bending, like if this is one point and this is another point, you're bending it so that they touch. In Warhammer 40K, you're not really bending it, you're just entering through here, and this gap right here, that's the warp.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense.
And there's no way of like molding the warp, because the warp is
right. So is that ever gonna come about? No, because they have the warp. Thanks for all that big explanation, though. Next question comes from Kai Finnen. A lot of Grey Knights questions today. The Grey Knights have the God Emperor of Mankind's genes. So what if a gene stealer was to kill a Grey Knight and steal their genes? How powerful would that gene stealer and its hive mind be? Please like this comment. I'll like it right now. No, never mind. I'm not gonna like it.
So first and foremost, Grey Knights don't wear jeans. They've got like armor on, so sorry, can't work.
No underwear either.
Mm-mm.
There's no point in wearing underwears. Did you guys know that underwears were created to keep your junk intact? Or in its place? Anyways, go ahead.
So yeah, but no, if you're talking about like genetics, yeah, it is rumored that they are created by the Emperor's genome. Kind of like how the Primarchs were also. So they're in a way they're like mini Primarchs, which would explain why Drago's so OP. But anyway, yeah, so if a gene stealer does kill a Terminator, most likely the rest of the Grey Knights will eradicate that planet or that hive mind, whatever, so they can keep it, clean.
And you gotta remember, Tyranids are relatively new of a threat to the Imperium.
Mm-hmm.
They're out in the eastern fringe, and I think in the northern, right?
I believe so, yeah.
And the Grey Knights are mostly centered in Terra, and then they like jump to places where there's chaos.
Mm-hmm.
But there hasn't been chaos and Tyranids haven't fought a giant battle yet. So, yeah. Next question.
Asterion Moloch. Oh snap, we got a question by the Minotaur's chapter master. He asks, is there ever going to be a new Forge World Primarch coming out? Yes. It is rumored that Magnus the Red will be the next one out, since they are coming out with a brand new book. I think it's called Inferno, and that's going to take place. Well, basically, that's going to cover the whole battle of Prospero. So they already released the Wolf King. Now the next logical thing would be Magnus the Red. So
I just want Dorn to get some love. Everybody ignores Dorn.
that's true. That's true.
Lord Jenkin. So obviously the Eldar are scattered across the galaxy in their craft worlds. Knowing that their species is so in danger of extinction, why don't they regroup and recolonize worlds, or at least travel together as a fleet? A lot of reasons. Number one reason is that they're all fractured. Whenever you have any large groups of people separated by space, they usually tend to form ideologies that conflict with other ideologies. So like you have the Beltan, who are more warriors, and then you have the other ones that aren't. But the second reason is because they're such a small race, it's easier for them to be separated and quick, rather than form up into one small colony where they outline a border and then they can be attacked. An example of this is ISIS. So ISIS itself right now has land that it's protecting and it's fighting against, and they're getting wrecked because they're nobodies, right? They're militarily they're not very good. What makes them like a good military force is when they go into guerrilla warfare, and that's what the Eldar are doing.
Right.
It's guerrilla warfare. They come in, they attack who they need to attack, and then they get out like a precision knife.
Yeah, it's hit and run basically.
Instead of holding land and trying to like.
It's like if you know there's a stronghold, obviously you're gonna send everything against your stronghold. But if you don't know where your enemy is, that's when you're more vulnerable. It's basically the enemy's got the first step because you don't know where they're gonna attack.
That's not to say though that craft worlds don't have borders, because they do. Like they have little smaller sectors that are very highly protected and whatnot from other Xenos and of course the Imperium. But it would be dumb of them to start getting huge swaths of land because they can't control it or they can't defend it.
Or they defend it properly.
Yeah.
Because even in the craft worlds, like when they get attacked by like Tyranids, they get wrecked.
Yeah.
So it's hard out here for an Eldar. Next question is by All Might. Is there a reason as to why the Eldar and humans look so similar?
No.
Honestly, I'm not sure. I mean, yeah, they do have similarities, but like, they're two completely different races.
I mean, the reality is that they look similar is because Imperium is based on humans and Eldars are based on the elves,
which are kind of
humans with pointy ears, and they're taller and they look more girlish. In terms of the lore, though, it's been said that humans, of course, descended from primates and they were created by the old ones. The Eldar were also created by the old ones, but they don't come from primates. They actually come from, there's two. One of them is avian creatures, and then the second one is slugs.
Interesting. I did not know that one.
Yeah. The slug one might be like a offensive way, like a human probably made that up to like be offensive towards the Eldar, because the Eldar in the lore are cocky motherfuckers.
Yeah, they look down on everybody else.
Yeah, but yeah. Next question.
This one's by David Jordan. Would I be able to make a Sister of Battle to put on the lotion on the skin and punish her by giving her the hose again?
Only if you are a Slaneshi worshiper.
That's right. I wouldn't recommend it because you're probably gonna get kicked in the gonads.
By a power foot. Sonic Commando. You have to suffer with one gene seed mutation. Which one would you least want, based on all the gene seed mutations?
The Canis Helix, because I think it'll hurt becoming a wolfen. Because I've seen what's that one movie? It's not like Werewolf on London, but anyway, there's this one movie where this kid's a werewolf and like he transforms into one, and like it looks painful as hell. Like his snout grows out, his like hands get all long. It looks
gross.
Yeah, it's gross and it's painful. So Canis Helix, not for me.
I think the Carcharodon's gene mutation of like growing spikes and horns.
Oh, isn't that the black dragons?
Black dragons, there you go, sorry. Yeah, the black dragons, that would suck. Because I don't want horns sticking out of my head and whatnot. And then he...
Go ahead.
Oh, he goes on to say, and which would you choose to suffer with? Also, you guys are awesome. Keep it up. I would love a game against you both with my freaking hentai noise marines. You have hentai noise marines. That's wow. Mm-hmm. That's a lot of converting.
That is. I'm sure you like having fun converting them.
I bet you fap a lot.
Tentacles.
So which one would you be cool with?
The only thing I could think of is the red thirst. Because that just means you're like bloodthirsty and you're like ready to go out there. Which is similar to the black rage, but the black rage is you just go crazy until you die.
I would actually choose the Canis Helix. Just because like when you turn wolfen, you're kind of like, you're free to do whatever you want. Kind of like the black rage, but with the black rage, I feel that you become psycho, like a psychotic person, because you don't even exist in reality. Like you think that you're back when Sanguinius died. Whereas with the Canis Helix, like you turn into a werewolf and you're savage and all that, but you're still in reality. Yeah. Like you could still hunt deer and like, you know, take care of yourself. And you don't get chained in a... Chained up in one of those
You get chained up until the Blood Angels are ready to release you.
Yeah, that's fucked up. But thanks for those awesome comments. Next question.
Ethan Warner, does the Adeptus Mechanicus ever turn abhumans like Ogrins into Scutari?
Not that I know of, and nothing that I've read in the lore. I would assume so, though. Just because there has to be a sect within the Adeptus Mechanicus that wants to experiment on abhumans, because there's a sect that wants to experiment on Xenos. So, yeah.
I mean, the only logical thing was maybe not much in the battlefield, but maybe they'd be like a servitor or something.
Yeah. And last question, Eilik. He has a picture of Filthy Frank as a little thumbnail. Which, by the way, I started watching Filthy Frank because you guys suggested that, and now I can't stop watching Filthy Frank. Will all Loyalist Primarchs return? No.
Some of them are dead.
Yeah.
Sanguinius, Ferris Manus.
Rogadorn is not dead. I don't care what you guys say.
Okay, so this he was slashed in the throat by a poison blade and put into stasis. Now, please, GW, explain to me how he can heal in stasis, because that makes no sense.
And explain to me why bring him back and not bring back Vulcan.
Yeah, Vulcan is a perpetual. If anything, that's the guy we need.
Yeah, and he's like, he helps humanity.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I guess because Robot is like the poster boy. Because whenever you think Space Marines, it's like Ultramarines.
I think it's because he's white.
That's right.
And Vulcan is black. I'm just going to throw that out there. You can battle it in the comment section below. Gilliman, what?
Hashtag not my Primarch.
Yeah, there you go. Gilliman, hashtag not my Primarch. Make that a thing. Thank you guys so much for all your questions. Again, we're going to answer more questions in more episodes to come, so comment down below. And if you guys want to support us a little bit more, jump on over to Patreon. A simple $1 a month gives you extra videos. Thank you guys, and we'll see you tomorrow.
That's right. As always, I'm the Sound Alchemist.
Gersh1.
The Window, and we are out of here.